Hey everyone, welcome back. Hey, wanted to do a review on this cam dump trailer here. Had it just shy of a year now, and kind of wanted to get into my uses for it and my pros and cons and give an honest review. Now, honestly, I have not used this trailer a lot in the year that I've had it. The sole purpose of buying it kind of fell through, but nevertheless, it still has been a good purchase. So this here is a cam Superline, and I think I've already showed it on the channel before. Cam Superline. This is a 5-ton trailer. As you can see what the weight ratings are there and all that, and so far it's been a really good trailer. I did just have to move the tongue on a little bit. I realized once I really started on some weight on it, being up here, it was too low. Made it sag in the rear end of the trailer, back of the truck and everything. Don't look like that's a big long tongue, but it really, when you get a load on it and you get in some low spots, ain't too far from hitting the ground. So anyway, again, this is a 6x12 trailer, 5-ton, 10,000 pound gross weight. As you can see, I have finally got a little bit of use out of it. So, matter of fact, most of this stuff right here, that you see along here, was hauled in by this trailer. And so far, I'm very pleased with it. I have not used the ramps to load anything. It does have ramps on it. It's got a 3-way door. I generally swing the doors open, tie them back. But when I'm hauling stone and stuff, I generally just tailgate it. I just open up the bottom of it to tailgate it. So, but so far, this thing has done good. I don't think I've really overloaded it any, maybe a couple times. But yeah, very pleased. Now, I've probably, to be honest with you, I've only hauled right around probably about 20 loads, maybe, give or take. So, and that being said, all of them but a couple's been pretty heavy. You know, I made a couple trips to the landfill with it, and they, I think 1,200-1,300 pounds, something like that. So that ain't nothing for this trailer. So, but what I wanted to highlight on, watching videos on YouTube, everybody's got their different opinions about different trailers and this, that, and the other. But this trailer so far has done pretty good. Like in one day, I hauled, I think it was 8 loads, and they were all heavy loads. I mean, they were all, you know, within the weight limits of this trailer. But I never had no problem with it lifting it. Didn't sound like it was really dying. I mean, yes, it sounded like it got a little weaker, but nothing terrible. So again, I don't really know what the actual amount of dumps you can get out of a dump trailer when you're hauling. I guess it all depends on the weight you're hauling. Now this one here does have the it has the power up and power down option, as I'll show you. As a matter of fact, this trailer's been sitting in this up position like that to keep water out of it for about a week and a half now, and it has not lost anything. I mean, it's still sitting in the same position. But anyway, you see it's got the power up, obviously, and power down. And I do try to keep it a little bit of an angle, just try to keep the water from laying in it. I did try to do the like Harbor Freight or you know, one of the aftermarket ways of putting a cordless remote on it. And I failed the last time. I think I'd have been all right. But hey, a little clue, a little something to give you. I'm lost words here. I'm speaking over myself. But anyway, what my idea was, when I put the remote box in here, I had put magnets on the back of the remote box. Well, not even thinking that pretty much is how them relays and stuff work. They're electromagnet, you know. So it ended up burning up the freaking remote before I even got started. So I'm probably just going to spring on getting the real deal. Yes, it's a couple $100, but guess what? As it was going to do it that I seen, it was going to give it a gravity down, which I'm all about. But reading up on this, some of that's not good. It's bad for them pumps because they're not doing what they're supposed to. But I may be wrong on that. I got to study up on a little bit more. So anyway, another thing I wanted to mention, I did haul one day for sure. I hauled 4 loads, did not charge this thing, and it set for 2 or 3 days, and I went back down to my brother's to get some more of them loads, and I guess we're gonna get rained on now. And I hauled, I think, 3 or 4 more loads on that same charge, and it was still fine. And even when I checked the charge, it still had about half a battery left in it. So price point, this trailer, basically an easy analogy to figure out what you're going to pay for these trailers is whatever their weight capacity is about the same price. That's rated at 10,000 pounds. That's what I paid for it. I think it's $99.95. So far holding up well. I can't say anything bad about it. Looking into if I used it every day, would it hold up better? I don't know. There's a few things on it I ain't real crazy about. And we're going to pause this because it's raining. Alright, I don't know exactly where I left off at. I don't know where that rainstorm come from. I mean, it just popped up out of nowhere. Anyhow, I think I was saying about the weight, rate, or the price. I'm sorry, price, I think is where I left off. So, basically, when I bought my trailer, pretty much whatever the weight rating is on, you know, like you get a 7,000 pound one, it's about $7,000. I got, you know, 10,000 pound, and it was basically 10,000. The 14,000s was, they were a little bit cheaper, but not much than the 14. They were about 12 and a half. So anyway, hindsight, would I have made a different purchase? Yes, I would have. I think it's the Moritz trailers. I didn't realize that same dealer had them trailers. Now, I don't know much about them other than I hear they're very good trailers, and this is not a kick on Cam, but any. They, I found out, have the torsion suspension on them. And that box trailer, you might have seen in the background, has torsion suspension on it, and I love it. It's maintenance free. It's quiet. You don't hear nothing out of it, you know. So had I known that when I purchased that trailer, I would have bought the other brand. Other than that, maybe would I have went with a heavier trailer, would have stepped up to the 14,000. Maybe. The reason I didn't, the truck I have right now, even though it's a 2500, it's a gasser. A little bit older, 04 Silverado, with the weight rating and just a little bit heavier the trailer was. I wanted to get the weight in the trailer instead of the trailer being heavier. So again, not quite a year, but year review on that trailer. So far, I have not used it as much as I planned on using it, but what I've used it for, it has worked out great. I've had no issues with it at all. One thing to keep in mind with all these dump trailers, anything with hydraulics, keep an eye on your hoses and your fittings. I was messing around with mine, and just all of a sudden one day, I actually had it in the garage. I see all this hydraulic fluid laying out underneath of it, and never give it a thought. The hose wasn't totally tight. That was the only thing that was wrong with it. I did have to add about a quart of fluid to it. But other than that, it was, you know, that's been the only issue I've had. And then, of course, keeping them looking nice and stuff like that. Most of these trailers, they sit around or rust up. So my plan is in wintertime, I'm probably going to get some diesel fuel and spray a bit of it, and probably any moving parts underneath of it. That way, because I'm not using it, don't sit around and get rust up, and especially if I have to take it out when there's been salt on the road. I'll get it back, I'll clean it up, and I'll spray it down again. So, other than that, great purchase. Perfect trailer for homeowner use. If you're going to use it for anything else, you know, like day-to-day jobs, job site, I definitely would have stepped up to the more commercial. This trailer I have more lean towards homeowner, slight commercial use. So anyway, I appreciate you watching my video, and we'll catch you on the next one.